Hey guys, it's Got Bars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 203rd episode of my series where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So it's been a good minute since we discussed one of my personal GOATs on the page. But while I've said a number of times how Supreme Clientele, the last Ghostface Killah album I covered, is his magnum opus in my eyes, today I wanted to focus on Fishscale, one of the slightly more underappreciated albums in the scheme of solo Wu-Tang projects. I've also discussed his debut LP, 1996's Iron Man, and I feel like his first two projects are kind of the ones that normally get recommended as essential Ghostface material, which, while I don't necessarily disagree, it can sometimes lead to the projects that followed that point getting unjustly overlooked. Even just 1 year after dropping Supreme Clientele, Ghost came through with his criminally slept-on Bulletproof Wallets in 2001, and then had a 5-year hiatus before returning in 2006 with this gangster rap masterpiece. Fishscale is one of Ghostface Killah's most expansive albums, both lyrically and instrumentally, giving us everything from love songs to breakup songs to story-based concept tracks about a robbery gone wrong, and pretty much anything else in between. This was one of the first times that a Wu-Tang member really stepped outside of that RZA umbrella of production, not dissimilar to what Old Dirty Bastard did with his pretty awesome sophomore LP. Now that I managed to get Fishscale, I'm only a few projects away from being able to do my Wu-Tang affiliates album ranking, even though obviously there's a much larger number of them out there. I feel like going out of my way to secure literally every single project by any solo member is a bit unnecessary, though I still have a few personal favorites I really want to get my hands on before I embark on that massive list. Namely, Raekwon the Chef's Only Built for Cuban Links 2, Killah Priest's Heavy Mental, RZA's solo debut as Bobby Digital, and Ghostface's The Pretty Tony album. Though my personal favorite when it comes to solo Wu-Tang member LPs that I don't have in the collection, it would definitely go to Ghost with his 2009 release titled Ghostini the Wizard of Poetry in Emerald City. Despite the content usually not altering drastically, I can definitely hear a slight difference in the way Ghost was writing and executing his bars when you compare his work from the turn of the century to this album here, with lines that seem to be much more focused and direct this time around. There's a number of killer stories and concept tracks that pop up on Fishscale, aided along by a handful of skits, which has definitely always been a strong point for the entire Wu-Tang Clan in general, but especially guys like Ghost and Ray as they displayed all across Only Built for Cuban Links. However, while it may be a skit that starts the experience off, the album really gets rolling with the track Shaky Dog, which is the first actual song with an instrumental and verses attached that we hear. This has always been a top-tier Ghostface track for me, as it not only has what's arguably the best instrumental on the entire project, but it also happens to feature some of the most dense and vivid storytelling you can find in hip-hop. As much as I would like to recite the entire song here, that isn't really practical, so instead I'm just going to share a chunk I heavily enjoy, and you can check out the song for yourself if you want to see the finished product of the story that Ghost is painting. The section I want to share begins with, "Straight ahead is the doorway. See that lady with the shopping cart, she keep a shoddy cocked in the hallway. Damn, she look pretty old, Ghost. She work for Kevin. She bout 77. She paid her dues when she smoked his brother-in-law at his boss's wedding. Flew to Venezuela quickly when the big Fed stepped in. 3 o'clock, watch the kids, 3rd floor, last door, you look paranoid, that's why I can't jux with you. Why? Why you behind me leery? Shaky Dog stutterin' when you got the bigger cooker on you. You's a crazy motherfucker. Small hoodie dude, hilarious move, you want some curly Mo Larry shit, straight Perry shit, Krispy Kreme, cocaine dead bodies, jail time, you gon' carry it. Matter of fact, all the cash, I'ma carry it, stash it in jelly and break it down at the Marriott. This is the spot. Yo, son, your burner caught? These fucking Americans on the couch watching Sanford and Son, passing they rum, fried plantains and rice, big round onions on a T-bone steak, my stomach growling, yo, I want some. Hold on, somebody coming, get behind me. Knocked at the door, act like you sticking me up, put the joint in my face. Push me in quickly when the bitch opened up. Remember, you don't know me. Blast him if he reach for his gun. That's nowhere near the only story-based track on Fishscale, though. Another gem comes in the form of Underwater, a highly conceptual song where Ghostface gives us all types of water-themed imagery and references. From mermaids with Halle Berry haircuts to SpongeBob in a Bentley coupe banging the Isleys. While the vast majority of the track list falls on the more grimy side, there are lighter moments like the insanely catchy Back Like That with Neo, which provided some contrast and diversity to this insanely cinematic experience. There's just something about how all these separate elements come together that makes this entire LP feel so dense, rich, and full of twists and turns, and that definitely gets an assist from all the featured legends who show up on here. Outside of Neo, we also get guest appearances from the likes of Raekwon, Trife, Sun God, Sean Wiggs, Megan Rochelle, Capadonna, Ice Cube, Biggie Smalls, and the entire Wu-Tang Clan themselves. Or at least enough of the members for it to be billed as a Wu-Tang Clan feature. One aspect of the production that really stood out to me when I first heard this thing is how Ghost actually raps over a couple of the instrumentals off J Dilla's Donuts. And one of those instrumentals was actually titled One for Ghost on that classic. But JD is nowhere near the only talented legend who contributed behind the boards here. We also get production from the likes of Cool and Dre, Just Blaze, Crack Val, Moss, Lewis Parker, Sean Kane and LV, Studio Steve, Pete Rock, and MF Doom. For my three favorite tracks overall on this thing, I think I would have to go with 9 Milli Bros, 3 Bricks, and Shaky Dog. When it comes down to the honorable mentions, I settled on Whip You With a Strap, Be Easy, Kilo, The Champ, Beauty Jackson, Crack Spot, Ragu, Clips of Doom, Jellyfish, Dogs of War, Big Girl, and Mama. Thank you for watching my 203rd video. Next up, we have a legend that I haven't really talked about too much on this page so far, so look out for that one, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite songs off this 2000s classic are. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time if you're lucky.
Look, the key to my soul is locked in the cage it opens. The framework was made from my own rib. Q, what came first, the crack or the crack lighter? Whichever one the first fiend used to bring back